we trusted the institution, thinking they had the best interest of our children in mind, when really they didn't. And we got tricked. And now we're pissed. And now we're a collective body. Okay. The mothers all over the planet woke up, not just in Canada or the US, in every country. The mothers are taking their rightful places back. We are the divine feminine that will usher in the truth and the healing. And we're good with that. But now it's our turn. It's our turn to lead and to nurture our children the way we know. We're good enough to grow a child in our body for 9 months, but we're not good enough to make decisions for our children when they're outside of our body.
Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome to the Multiverse Technology Podcast. Today's guest is Svetlana, former registered nurse, healthcare reform advocate, and founder of Ezra Healing. Svetlana helps clients heal cancer and vaccine injuries with a holistic do no harm approach. Svetlana, welcome to the podcast today.
Justin, thank you so much for having me again. And I'm glad we got the memo to wear the same colored outfits. That's great.
Right? Color coded. Tell the audience a little bit about your journey, a little bit about your background.
Yeah, I would be happy to. So as Justin said, I've been a former registered nurse for 25 years. I have my Bachelor of Science in Nursing from the University of British Columbia here in Canada. I've worked every type of nursing you could possibly think of, from intensive care unit to university education to the emergency department to primary care, family doctor's office. So I've been around the nursing block. Let's just say that, okay? And in 2021, I saw massive vaccine injuries coming into my clinic, the Christina Lake Medical Clinic, where I was a lead nurse. And we have all these people coming in for the vaccination centers injured, headaches, soreness at injection site, difficulty walking, difficulty raising the arms that they were injected in, paraplegic, like it was on and on and on. So I didn't take the vaccine. I decided to get terminated for refusing the vaccine. I started Ezra Healing, which is now 4 years old, and she's doing great. And I proceeded to really just be there for people and help answer questions and do whatever nursing I sort of can outside of the medical matrix system. I unfortunately went on to lose both custody of both my children for refusing to vaccinate them in 2022. So that was a massive blow to my life. And I decided to use all that trauma and pain to put it into this project and to make something out of nothing, truly, and just continue to stand beside my truth and integrity. And well, here we are today. So the new wellness paradigm has been born. And we have clients all over North America. We help people with vaccine injuries and cancer, and we're getting into chronic disease management, medication management. And we are just helping empower people to start making better decisions for their health, to start leaving the medical matrix system that actually has caused so much harm. So my motto at Ezra Healing is do no harm. Anything you put in your body should cause no harm. That's my
So
bottom
true.
line rule. That's me.
I'm on that journey myself right now. It's great to have you on here and start talking about some of these things. For a while in my whole life, I'm like, oh yeah, the healthcare industry, it has my best interest at heart. It's always helping me. I give them money and they help. But really, it's not functional. It's doing a lot of harm to us more than we understand. We're all kind of stuck in that matrix, as you call it. A lot of us. I'm trying to help you understand there's more to healthcare than just like these major hospitals. They're doing a lot of harm to us with vaccines and medications and stuff they're trying to prescribe. I'd like to get into that more with you today.
Well, I'm diving head first into this topic because, the children, that's who we're advocating for, right, Justin? And we're
Yes.
here to save the children at all costs, because every day that goes by, there's more and more children who get vaccinated and they get poisoned and they have a massive high risk of getting an injury, for example, like a brain injury, like autism. Right? Have you heard about autism lately in the media?
I
Even the
think
main.
so. I think I'm up on that spectrum somewhere myself.
Well, I think we all are, and you can really tell who's on the spectrum compared to babies who never received a vaccine. Kids who've never received a vaccine, adults who've never received a vaccine are truly a very special human being, and that's actually how we should have all turned out. But many of us are walking around a bit retarded because we were given so many childhood vaccinations.
I feel it sometimes, man. And then we were talking earlier in conjunction with this about the new stuff that came out about like Tylenol and everything as well. And like I haven't
Yeah,
had a chance to read it all.
so I watched that conference with RFK and Dr. Oz and Trump, and I literally almost cried because I was reading in between the lines out of all of it.
Mm,
I mean, the dangers of Tylenol, we have known this for many, many years. This is not new, but it's a lot of new knowledge to many people. Okay. When we get a fever, it's our natural body's way of actually getting rid of the foreign body, the
yeah,
disease, the bacteria, whatever you want to
toxins
call it.
out.
Okay. Raise the body temperature and cook it out. That's why saunas are so good for you. Okay.
Yeah,
But when you stop the fever, the body cannot reach that temperature to finalize getting rid of that disease or that foreign body. Now, Tylenol has also for years been shown to harm the liver. Okay. What it does is it depletes an amazing antioxidant in your body called glutathione. All interferes with your liver from doing its massive detoxification job. Also lowers the glutathione level, which is an antioxidant. Okay, so we have a couple things going on when you put Tylenol in your body. Now, the kicker here is, okay, it's not just, adults, older adults that are on Tylenol once in a while for a headache or for a bummed knee. We have the majority of children just on Tylenol, feeding Tylenol by their parents. And why are they doing that? Well, they're getting medical advice from their doctor saying, just give your kid some Tylenol for a slight fever or a slight headache. And also, before you go in for your childhood vaccinations, please prepare them for their upcoming fever and give them a dose of Tylenol 4 hours before you come in for your
okay.
vaccination. Okay, yeah, yeah, here I go. I mean, I'm a mother. I vaccinated my children. And, I'm so disappointed in myself that I did that. But at the time, I didn't know. I was also married to a family doctor, very indoctrinated into the medical system. It never felt right for me as a mother to bring my baby, on breastfeeding and then literally like trick the baby and get this like massive injection, which is so painful. Now, the baby cries for a reason. And when we somehow legitimize, we're like, oh, it's fine, it'll be fine. But it's not fine. So we've seen the effects of vaccines. It's not fine. So, doctors and nurses tell parents to give their child a dose of Tylenol before they enter the vaccination centers. Okay. Now, you're sent home with an instructions sheet from the nurse, okay, saying take Tylenol every 4 to 6 hours until the fever stopped. So I know because I did this. I fed my kids so much Tylenol after the vaccinations because they would spike a fever. They were irritable. They weren't sleeping. If they had never received the vaccinations, they would never need the Tylenol.
Tylenol.
So this is where this is going, Justin. This is a massive breakthrough. Okay. This is a massive breakthrough of information that the masses just heard. This is not about Tylenol. Tylenol is a precursor to what's coming. And do
Wait, there's more?
you know what's coming? I can read between the lines when Trump says don't take Tylenol. And you know what he also said? He says, schedule the vaccines out. 4 month babies don't need like four vaccines in one. Space them out, the
4
MMR.
vaccines in one, that's a lot for anyone, Jesus.
For example, measles, mumps, rubella. Okay. It's one shot. Okay. Baby comes in, one shot. I think starts at 2 months old. You know what he said? He said, separate them, separate them. Well, I'll tell you, you can't separate them. There's no separation of that vaccine that I know of. I could be wrong.
They're like one vaccine?
It's all in one. So it's impossible currently to separate those vaccines. The message was that I received. So he said, parents, if you have to take your child for a vaccination, space them out and separate them. Well, that's not possible. So you just can't go. You can't do it. So that was his way of saying, don't
Do
take the
it.
vaccines. Okay. So I got so excited because reading between the lines, he's like, he's speaking to me in my own house. How many times did he diss Tylenol? Okay, I was like, okay, Trump, I hear you. I hear you on the Tylenol. We get the messaging. Okay, we know it's coming. I've only been waiting 5 years for this. And some parents have been waiting their entire lifetime for this. So we have to ask ourselves the question, why are we giving Tylenol to the masses? Well, it's because of the vaccinations. If we remove the vaccinations, we don't need the Tylenol. So it's a slow drip that's coming to the
I
masses
feel
and
like
the
there's
population.
more behind that too. Way more.
So much more. I'm only like speculating here,
Yeah.
okay, but I haven't been wrong yet in 5 years. I really haven't.
You're in this
So
industry. You see things. You feel things. You're a mother.
I feel deeply. My intuition is like off the charts right now, Justin. And I'm coming into who I really am. And that is a mother for my own children and a mother for all. And mama bear instincts are there for a reason. You see a mother grizzly bear out in the wild? Well,
I hope not, but
her
yeah.
killer instincts, and she doesn't fool around. She will literally obliterate anybody who gets in her way, okay? That's me. I wanted to obliterate anybody or anything that got in the way of me and my child safety, okay? I did what I could to prevent my children from getting vaccinated. The mafia intervened in my way, okay? I'm the mama bear, they got in the way, okay? They fucking pissed so many mothers off. We are pissed. You messed with our children, and now we will show you who we really are.
Tired din of grizzly bear mothers. No, thank you.
No, and we're joining the lionesses of the jungle too. So we have grizzly bears, we have lions, okay? And we have no mercy.
Shit got real too fast. Oh God.
Justin, we have no mercy. Okay? We have only mercy for our children. Everybody else will literally be pulverized.
Well, I mean, you're speaking up for your children. They have no say in this, and you have to see what it does to them. And you've seen it firsthand what it can do. No one should have to go
We have
through that.
mothers and daughters separated over the mandates, over masks, over vaccines. They have stolen our children from our arms. We hear the calling, we hear their cry, and we will win. And that's not negotiable. Spirit and heart, bravery and courage will always trump money, ego, control. We're coming to the win. And Justin, I really want you to be at the win with the mothers because I love what you're doing. Thank you so much for having
Yes.
this mama bear on the platform today.
Yeah. Sometimes, like you said before, people don't know what they don't know. And just letting them be informed and letting them make their own decisions about things is very important. Which most people within healthcare they don't do and know how to do. They just listen to someone and they go with it. Yeah, this is right. That's right. Okay, I'll do what you tell me to do. People need to wake up and really start taking that into their own hands.
I think mothers have always known, always. There was this little voice in their hearts saying this is wrong. But the institution is so, so powerful. We trusted. See, this is the thing. We trusted the institution, thinking they had the best interest of our children in mind, when really they didn't. And we got tricked. And now we're pissed. And now we're a collective body. Okay. The mothers all over the planet woke up, not just in Canada or the US, in every country. So the mothers are taking their rightful places back. We are the divine feminine that will usher in the truth and the healing. And we're good with that. But now it's our turn. It's our turn to lead and to nurture our children the way we know. We're good enough to grow a child in our body for 9 months, but we're not good enough to make decisions for our children when they're outside of our body. Yeah, this ends now.
It should have always been that way. No institution, no power, no law, no fucking public policy should be telling people how to treat your own family, your own children. It should be within the family, within the confines of the mom and the dad when you're against the mother, you know? Like, I'm trying to figure out where we went wrong with this because there's just something that built up over time. We just kind of slowly gave our power up, slowly, you know?
Well, what went wrong is exactly what you said. We just were okay with it. We didn't speak up. We didn't use our voice. And that's what we're doing today. You and I on a
Yes.
Saturday afternoon when a lot of other people are boating and drinking. Okay. We're like, it's podcast time. This is serious stuff. If you're not taking kids dying seriously, what are you doing with your life? Everybody should be following Justin and his lead. Okay. Everybody should be starting a podcast, whatever you do at work, like just promote, promote, promote.
We have to have conversations. We have to talk. We have to empower ourselves. We have to really stand our ground.
Don't mistake my kindness for weakness. Don't do that because I will retaliate and show you. I won't tell you. I'm done talking. We're done talking. We're just going to do it.
Powerful statements. Powerful. I
And
can
that's why
feel it.
Ezra is my portal to help save the children at all cost. And anybody who gets in my way, I will literally just disregard you.
Obliteration.
You do not exist in my space any longer. If you are not passionately pursuing this topic, my energy cannot tolerate you. I am a force not to be reckoned with. And I am collaborating with other mothers who have the same conviction, power, and force. And we're going to rip this nation apart and build it back up.
Has to be
And
done.
Justin's going to watch me do it.
I'm gonna be sitting there just eating my popcorn, be like, she told you. She told you guys. They're gonna stand right out of the way and be like, ma'am.
Can I get a witness, Justin?
Hell yeah.
So I love your attitude. Thank you for being the masculine, the divine masculine who is supporting the mama bears. Thank you so much. We need you. We desperately need you and more of you. So men, please wake up. Fathers, please wake up. Like take a stand, take a position, support your mother, any mother in your world. Just support her. Put her on a platform, buy her flowers. I don't know, do something. Because the mothers are like burdened and we're in overtime here, but we're not going to stop, and a mother, oh, dear sweet mother, you wouldn't be here, Justin, without your mother. And neither would I. Thanks, mama. They're so under regarded. We're going to change that because the mother is the queen bee and she should be treated like one. And when she says something, it's only because she knows and because she loves. Her intentions are so pure. That's it. So go love your mother, not just on Mother's Day. And I'm speaking to myself. I'm going to call my mother after this.
Sure. Bye, mother. Rest in peace. Some of them are not with us anymore, but they can still speak to us.
She's watching you today and she's super proud. I'm super proud of the man that you've become, Justin. Your mother raised you well and you obviously have respect for your mother. So thank you for doing that.
I do. A lot to take in.
We're coming into a time where the new wellness paradigm is being birthed right now. It is being labored. Okay. The labor pains, the last 5 years has been quite painful for many of us. And just consider these the labor pains, but they're essential and needed for the outcome to happen.
Yes.
We're being birthed outside of the medical matrix. We're literally getting squozed out. And how are we doing it? Through our choices, through our words, through our non-compliance, through our action. It's not just words. Like I don't just sit here and do podcasts. I'm out there in the trenches making a difference. I'm going to Florida next week. I want to meet the Florida Surgeon General. I want to grab some of that $60 million grant money that they're pouring into cancer research about the benefits of good nutrition and ivermectin. Hey, I might know an organization who could do that. I've been dealing with nutrition all my life. I've been dealing with cancer for the past 4 years, and I'm an ivermectin supplier, distributor, and maker. I have my own facility to make ivermectin. We have third-party testers in the US to confirm that we're legit. Like, this is me, and I'm sharpening up the tip of the spear, okay? And we're going to go kill it. I'm not joking around this time.
Kill the noise, kill the pollution.
Because those kids, they're so precious. And if we continue to vaccinate our nations, we literally will have brain injured people walking around like zombies.
It's almost like they assume that that's what they want. So they can control us a lot better.
Yeah. When you're dumb and stupid, you can be controlled. You can't think
100%.
for yourself. Okay. So autism rates are, I think, 1 in 10 to 1 in 30. This is the real pandemic.
It is.
So finally, we've identified the real pandemic. And it's going to start with Tylenol and bring Tylenol down. And then we're going to bring the vaccines down. And then we're going to usher in their true new wellness paradigm. And I think that's where heaven on earth shows up.
It's a very hard road ahead. There's all the bureaucracy between lobbyists and the Tylenol companies and pharmaceuticals. They're going to be fighting you tooth and nail.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Come
fight a mama bear with a clan of lions behind me. I will fucking tear you to part. I will tear you to shreds. And I can't wait to tear you to shreds. I'm going to tell you how I'm going to do it, Mr. Justin.
Yes.
I'm going to disregard them. They do not deserve my energy. They do not deserve to look at me. I'm going to just build it and they will come. And they meaning the people. Because this is for the people, by the people. And you know what? This is how compassionate I'm going to be. If those lobbyists, if those CEOs of big pharma companies want to come visit Ezra Healing, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to heal them because real healthcare does not discriminate.
Ooh, that is so powerful.
Real healthcare welcomes you with open arms. It doesn't judge you. It doesn't judge if you've taken a vaccine or not. It just helps you. I will never turn anybody away, but you're on my terms now. You're on my turf.
I don't know if they're gonna come. If I was them, I'd probably stay away. Go back in the
Well,
hole they came
let
from.
me tell you this, we're healing cancer, Justin, and I can guarantee you big CEOs,
They're not gonna like that
big
one.
pharma companies get cancer too. I can guarantee you that lobbyists get cancer too. Now, if you want to go to the medical matrix system and have more trauma induced on your body, that's your choice, freedom to choose.
I
If you
saw
want
that with my
chemo and
mom with the
radiation,
chemo stuff. So yeah,
okay,
it's
if you want
intense.
chemo and radiation, go. Okay. If you want to come to Ezra Healing while you still do chemo and radiation, we'll still see you. And we're going to do our best to talk you out of it because that's actually what's killing you. Okay. We're going to wake you up. We're going to do a bitch slap and wake you up
Shake
because
your
you know what? You don't got much time. And we know that because we see it day in and day out, day in and day out, day in and day out, all our career.
I love
Okay.
you say that because I've always had this feeling that if I ever got cancer, I would never do chemo. There's always another way. Because watch what that did to my mom. It tore her down, destroyed her, and she was not the same person. Like there gotta be another way to this. This is not functional. This is not livable, sustainable. It's ridiculous.
Cancer is a parasite infection, period. Full stop. Once you help treat the infection, the infection goes away.
The
These
cells are
two
eating each other, right? If I'm correcting, the cells are attached to each other and eating each other, and that causes the dead cells.
So when you get a tumor in your body, it is your body's way of collecting the garbage in your body and making it into a nice capsule, okay? And then when you come in and you poke that capsule with a needle called a biopsy, what does it do? It opens it up and all those cells start to go everywhere and that's where malignancy happens, okay?
Mm.
So we do not recommend biopsies. If you are diagnosed with a tumor or a cyst or cancer, possible cancer, well, they actually don't officially diagnose you with cancer unless you have a biopsy. Okay. If you have a lump or a bump or a cyst, maybe you've done an ultrasound, they found a 10 by 10 by 10 millimeter cyst in your bladder, for example, and they're suspecting cancer. Their next step will be like, hey, we need to poke that and we need to get a sample and go and send it to the pathology lab. Don't let them do that. Okay. Once you do that, all those cells will explode and go everywhere. And that's how malignancy happens. You know how you've heard like primary site was in the lungs. Okay. 3 months later, it's metastasized into the brain. Well, it's because they went down into your throat, into your respiratory tract.
You
They
poke
grabbed a
the bear.
sample and they took it out. Okay. It opened it up in your lungs and now it's moving into your brain.
So
Okay.
wait, let me get this straight. So they're causing this to get worse by going there and doing the biopsy.
That's correct.
That makes no fucking sense why they would do that or still keep doing that. What?
But from their angle, Justin, it makes perfect sense because they want to kill you. They want
Fucking
you to go
madness.
down that chemo and radiation road to charge you big money for those meds and literally then just kill you and probably use your body organs to sell to China. I don't know exactly what happens, but that's my thought. Like,
I
why do they
feel
want to
that.
kill people so bad and so fast, right? So chemo and radiation, we don't, getting back to like who I would see and stuff, I'm going to see everybody. But the main people that we see are people who got COVID-19 vaccinated because those are the ones mainly getting the turbo cancer. Not everybody, but I would say 80 to 90% are getting the turbo cancer post COVID-19 vaccination. And you know why? Do you know why they're getting
No,
cancer, which
why?
is a parasite infection? It's because there are parasites in all 5 brands of COVID-19 shots. Okay. The vaccines were infestated with parasites. Dr. Young's work, he's a naturopath. Go look him up.
Wait, all
Okay.
of them?
All of them. All COVID-19 shots were infested with parasites in them.
I think I need to see a doctor now.
No, you need to see an Ezra Healing nurse. Never mind
Yeah,
the
I
doctor.
know
Talk to the
about.
doctor. Okay. Okay, your doctor won't prescribe you ivermectin. Why? Because it works. Why? Because they're still on the medical matrix platform called the medical mafia that won't actually help and support you. They're there to tear you down and make you suffer and send you into the chemo radiation route. Okay. This is my recommendation for everybody. If you got the COVID-19 shot, get yourself on a parasite detox cleanse. Ivermectin, mebendazole. We sell it. We make it. It's third-party tested. It works. We have testimonies. We're going to be entering research studies here, major research studies here with Florida, hopefully. Okay. We want to know. We want to know if you had the COVID-19 shot, prevent cancer. Don't wait for a diagnosis of it. The first thing you could do starting today is cut out all sugar and carbohydrates from your diet. Yeah, even you, Justin.
But
So oh, okay. So parasites feed on sugar and carbohydrates. If you stop that, you're stopping the fuel for the parasites. That's a good thing. That's a win. This includes alcohol. Alcohol is so much sugar. Alcohol, carbohydrates, sugar. Stop them. The only things that you can have are berries, raspberries, blueberries, strawberries, because they have a low glycemic index. I allow that. I suggest that. But go up in your meat intake, healthy meats, organic grass-fed beef, avocados. Do the Mediterranean keto. Stop the carbohydrates. And carbohydrates too. In North America, there's a pesticide called glyphosate that is found. It's Roundup weed killer that they put on crops just before they're harvested. Okay. So you're also eating pesticides when you eat carbohydrates in America, most likely. So another reason why to start carbohydrates. Stop that. Get yourself onto a parasite detox cleanse, ivermectin, mebendazole. We sell it as a package together. It's 4 weeks cleanse. There's really specific instructions. Just kill all the parasites that are in your body. And I'm going to say parasites are not just found in the COVID-19 food that we eat. If you
I
eat
know we have
sushi,
them in us all the time.
okay, water we drink. I'm going to go as far as saying they're probably in big pharma medicines. I'm going to probably say that. They're everywhere. These are the culprits. This is what's been causing the brain fog, the paralysis, the stomach issues, vision changes, bloating, headaches.
We
Like, I
have
mean,
to talk after this.
you name these weird symptoms that people have. I mean, the parasites are in your body, literally stealing your life force. They're stealing your nutrients, and then they turn over, and they also poo and pee in your body. Like, they eliminate in your body.
You know, I've actually watched videos on that one, and it was really weird to watch, learning that there's parasites in pretty much everything we eat and drink, like constantly. And that was just so weird to me. I might have blocked it out until now.
Yeah. So, well, you know what? It's like let's everybody get our heads out of the sands. Okay, heads out of the sand. Let's
It's so
just deal with it.
comfortable sometimes. So it's
Yeah,
not.
well, I mean, you know what? Then you end up with some ailment and you're like, I should have listened to that nurse on that Justin show.
Good point.
But listen, we're going to open up, this is my goal, 2,000 Ezra Healing clinics across America. Okay. We already have one in Kelowna, BC. Our second one's going to be opened up in Red Wing, Minnesota. I can see Florida being the third. California, for sure. We're coming to you, Justin. We're going to have something called live blood analysis, where you're going to walk in and you're going to look at your own blood in live time, and you're going to see if there's any parasites in your red blood cells.
Actually sounds really cool.
Right? Okay, so it's called live blood analysis. All you do, it's super easy. I should have brought a slide today. We have a slide, and you have like a little finger poke, okay? And it's just a drop of blood on a slide, just a drop of blood. And then we put that slide underneath the microscope. And then on the big screen, you're going to see your own blood in live time with all the red blood cells moving around, and you can actually see parasites in your red blood cells.
I don't know if I want to know that I have them. I have them. I don't want to know that I see them. I don't know about that. It'd be cool to see though.
It's an easy fix, and that's the great thing. But if you let things fester, if you don't address issues and get to the root cause, then you're going to be in trouble. And then you're going
True.
to have an emergency situation. So at Ezra Healing, we're trying to prevent people from getting into an emergency medical situation. And I'm going to tell you that you walk in, say, for a secondary screening, like mammogram or prostate check or colonoscopy or whatever it is, and they find a lump, that's an emergency situation for you, because they will instill the fear of God into that
That I've
person.
actually literally seen when it happened to my mom. I remember them, how they were talking to her, how she felt, how scared she was. I remember that.
So fear paralyzes a person. It doesn't motivate a person. It paralyzes a person. And you know what? They're easily controllable at that time. They're not thinking straight. They will most likely accept chemo and radiation, because we live in a culture where cancer, we've learned to fear it. All this Cancer research, donate to cancer. The cancer bus drives by. Cancer, cancer, cancer. Get your mammograms. Get all those secondary screenings to prevent cancer. We grew up in a cancer culture, literally. Okay. Okay. So when you're diagnosed with the words cancer, people literally lose their mind. And then if you have a doctor to say, "Oh, you have about 6 weeks to live," I see people lose their mind all day. That's just what I do. Those are the people I see. And bless their hearts, they're very, very good people. These are precious people of the planet that the medical matrix mafia system has betrayed at the deepest of level.
Feel
Not
that.
only have they tricked them into taking a vaccine thinking it's going to be healthy, but now they're tricking them even more. So it's time to wake up, everybody. It's time to wake up. You have a solution. You have alternatives. You don't need to do that anymore.
So much indoctrination and bad programming and coding enriched into our lives that so many people almost takes an act of God for them to wake up and really feel like they can do more than is out there what's inside the matrix, you know?
Well, pretty sure we've been seeing some acts of God lately.
Yeah, that is true, literally.
There's been some amazing miracles in my life, and they're all around us. We just have to look and we have to keep our vibration high. We have to keep positive. We have to stay in the truth. We have to disregard anything that is trying to bring us down. Okay. We have to be enlightened. We have to stay high,
Sure.
joy, peace, love, gratitude, enlightenment. Okay. The
Yeah.
renewing of our mind will set us free. Okay. It is not your fault. It is not my fault. It's not our fault that we've been tricked and betrayed at the
It
deepest
is
of
our
levels.
responsibility now.
We were born into this, okay? But now that we know better, it's our responsibility to get out if we want. We don't have to. I mean, I certainly want to. I don't like being a slave and being used for my energy, for my goddess energy. Okay. I want to be
That's
out
some
of the
real shit.
system. I want to be the goddess that I know I am. I want to be the mama bear that I know I am. And I want to help other people actually get out of the system. I'm like a helicopter and I'm going around to all these different communities and countries. When I see an SOS, that means somebody's ready to get out of the medical matrix. That means it's go time for me. We're going to lower the cable. Okay. We're going to ask you to clip up and we're going to bring you up. That's what we do. This is a rescue 911 mission in the genocide on the planet. Okay. So we are happy to help you. We need you to help yourself.
Yeah.
All you have to do is put the clip on. Okay. We're not going to put the clip on for you. Okay. We have hyperbaric chambers in our clinics. Okay. Because we want to focus on the red blood cells. Blood is the largest organ in your body. When it's functioning great, cancer cannot survive in a high oxygen environment. Okay. We want to look at those red blood cells. If you have parasites, we want to get them out of your red blood cells. We want to hyperoxygenate the blood cells. So all the red blood cells have great oxygen exchange. You're going to feel better. You're going to sleep better. You're not going to have your brain fog anymore. Okay. We have saunas. We're going to raise your temperature because raising your temperature in your body is good. Don't ask Tylenol that. They're going to disagree with me, but it actually is good. So we have live blood cell analysis machines. We have saunas. Okay. We have oxygen therapy. My next tool I want to get are ultrasounds. You know why I want to do ultrasounds? Because I want to look at the carotid arteries here. And heart disease is like rampant. Many people have died of heart disease because they have plaque build up here and in their heart. Okay, so if we can identify the plaque in your arteries and we can get you in a cardiac cleanse protocol, well, we're going to start, washing away some of those occluded arteries. And then because when you have occlusion and you have plaque in your arteries, that plaque can break away, get stuck in your brain,
Yeah.
which is called a stroke, or you get stuck in your heart, which is called a heart attack. So cardiac cleanses is really good. And we are into some diagnostic tools because often these things are silent. You don't know you have a 80% blockage of your arteries. So this is where we're going. We started with vaccines, the harms of vaccines. We're moving into vaccine recovery. I consider cancer to be a vaccine injury. Okay, we're going to move into cardiac health. I eventually never want to see people again because they're going to be so healthy that they don't need me.
That's how it
Okay.
should be. That should be how you can live your real fucking true life. Is being functional
Well,
and proactive.
the truth shall set you free, Justin.
There's a good thing that came out of the online world is that now all these people that are doing evil in the matrix They can only be hidden for so long before things actually start coming out. They can't hide anywhere more because there's so much information out that comes out, and people are doing the research and doing the work that you're doing to make a difference.
It's been a really intense road. Tense. I never thought the book of Revelations would ever be this intense, okay? Would I change a thing? No, not one thing. Everything was divinely appointed and set up for me. I'm very, very grateful. I'm very motivated. I am full of love and light. My son Noah just woke up literally last week. He woke up. He had his great awakening. He now sees his mother for who she really is and that she was just trying to protect her son. Okay. That restored my body. That restored my bones. It took 10 years off my face. Okay. I'm sure my gray hair just went away. So it's time for restoration. It's time for redemption. Okay. This is the timeline we're in. So get your popcorn, Justin, front row seat to the movie. It's all unfolding before your eyes. We just need to be a little bit more patient for a little bit more longer. And your life, you're going to wake up one morning and it will be completely different. You know why?
Feel that.
It's because you chose to be on the right side of history. And you're just going to be you, which is a brilliant king. You're just going to continue being you, but the rest of the world will shift and you're going to feel it. You're going to be restored. You're going to be redeemed. Your mother will be redeemed as well. Okay.
I'm already feeling that shift.
She took one for the team. She really, really did. And you will live out her legacy. You will continue to live out that truth. So no other person will fall prey to what your mother did.
I
Do
feel
you believe
that.
that?
I feel that.
You believe that?
Yeah, well, that's the path I've been on myself. I'm just trying to
Because
find my voice more in it.
Because pain is a massive motivator, and it will either destroy
So many times, and almost my 100th podcast episode. This is like 95, I believe, or 96. I've learned from so many different people from me asking them that question that I feel that my answer now is shifted a little bit more. But I feel that it means to be human is that no matter what race, sex, gender, anything you are, anything you identify with, spirituality, anything, it doesn't matter. You're a human being. So I always say we're spiritual beings having a human experience. A lot of us have forgot what it is to be either spiritual or human beings, and that we can be both, and that both are very important at the same time. Everything has a duality to it. We need to be spiritual, and we also need to be human at the same time. Both are very important to living in the multiverse of our dualities here on earth and in our spiritual being state.
love it. We are having a spiritual experience in these human flesh bodies.
I got into a lot of quantum mechanics and understanding how quantum physics, how we live in a quantum world and all that exists with us. We are quantum beings, and our conscious and our subconscious, everything is so deep and powerful. We feel so much as human beings, but we don't let ourselves from all the bad programming, like the matrix you were talking about.
For me, what it means to be human, because I know we have to wrap up here. For me, what it means to
Yes.
be human is to surrender to my instincts. I'm surrendering to my instincts right now, and I'm just letting what will be will be. The end.
So simple,
Surrender to
powerful.
my
I feel the force of nature inside you, and I feel the energy.
I feel you too, Justin.
I never felt such a force, and to have my ability to talk with someone with those forces being next to each other like that. So it's just like a new feeling of energy.
Welcome to the
Yeah.
shift.
Yeah. I think if it was like 5 years ago, I would know what to do. I'd be like, oh, this is just some weird coincidence or something, some excuse.
This is the second time we've spoken, right?
Yes.
Now, would you say that this podcast is much different than our first one?
Oh, yes.
But the energy is different today,
It
isn't
is
it?
different. Yes.
There's a lot more clarity, a lot more conviction, a lot more power.
I would say yes. I didn't anticipate that either.
So that's the shift that's happening, not just with you and me, but all over the planet. And all we have to do is tap into that. And I encourage your viewers to tap into that because it's here now. Thank you so much, Justin.
You're
And I
very well. Thank you for
can't
coming on here today.
wait for our next one. This was fantastic. I
Yeah.
love you. Thank you for what you're doing and in honor of your mother. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Svetlana. Appreciate your time today.